Manchester United, or should I say Varchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. Welcome to the player ratings. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to the player ratings, where it finished Varchester United 3, Forest 2. And I just don't know how to feel about this game, guys. I really don't. It's, you go 2-0 up after 4 minutes. And there is that old score too early rule. And that's basically what happened. We scored twice too early. And then we just kind of sat back. And again, just mistakes that lead to goals. It's, I don't know. It's the hope that kills you. I think that's the line. It's the hope that kills you. Where do we start? The goal from Awoniyi was fantastic. The way he just swatted Rashford aside and just left him for pace. And you look, was it indecisive finishing or was it genius? I'm going to go with genius. 7 in a row. What a striker he is. Puts it away after 2 minutes. And then 2 minutes later, double it up and go into pure heaven, man. Nice ball in from MG Dub, crosses it in. Bolly heads the ball in. Does Casemiro into the back of the net and 2-0. And at that stage, you just like, hold out till half time. Just hold out till half time and reassess. And then a terrible goal to give away. The Ferret Fernandez takes a shot from the edge of the box, parried by Turner. Look, I feel he should have parried it behind for a corner. He did parry it wide, which is the next best thing there. And then Aurier gets done on the wing by Rashford. Worrell does his usual thing, panics, leaves his man. He ends up in nomad land, in complete nomad land. Doesn't close down, who was it, Rashford. Doesn't stay on Ericsson and ends up getting nutmegged, and it's 2-1. And then we get to half time, and it's a case of you just feel it coming, don't you? Like we were saying at half time, the worst thing that could happen is that Forest do what Forest do best and concede a goal for 10 minutes. And the conversation really did need to be bunkered down, make sure you don't make any stupid mistakes in the first 10 minutes of that half, and just make sure we get through that because we have history of it. And what do? We do something that we haven't done for a while, and that's come out from a dead ball situation and clear the lines. But the problem was Jono decides to be asleep, plays everyone on side, and then it's 2-2. It's 2-2. And it was terrible from Jono. He didn't have a good game at all, in my opinion. And then the third goal, well, before we get to that, the red card from Worrell. Again, another mistake in him. He panics. As soon as he saw that he'd lost the flight of the ball from the ball coming over his head, he panics and he literally tries to pull Bruno's pants down. I mean, it was his pants that were pulled down from that panic. Look, in my opinion, it wasn't a red because Bolly had him covered. I think the ball was overhit. I don't think Bruno would have got onto that. You guys can debate it amongst yourself if you agree with me or not. But the point here is giving a ref who's probably received a couple of brown envelopes a sort of whiff of a chance to make a decision at Old Trafford. You know it's going to go their way. And the fact that he gives them that opportunity is just sheer and utter stupidity from Worrell. And the penalty, it is through gritted teeth. I'm saying it was a pen. The contact was thigh on thigh. It looked like a pen to me. And yeah, Crypto, you actually make a good point. Yeah, the ban may actually help us. It may actually help us, and it may force Cooper to start Niakate. But it was Danilo who gave the penalty away. The initial, like, his foot didn't make contact. It was kind of the momentum when his thigh hits, who was it? Was it Rashford's thigh? That's where it was a pen. Did he go down like he'd been sniped? Yes. but it was still a pen for me. I'm sorry, but I hate to say it. And look, again, give them an opportunity, as in the ref, and they'll give it to them. It's Old Trafford. We know Manchester United. I don't think anyone anymore can argue with me about Manchester United's VAR levels. And you're going to give him that chance. And then Turner tried from the pen, but he went the right way and couldn't save it. Look, I'm just like, I don't know how to feel. Like, it's mixed emotions. 2-0 up, you're in seventh heaven. Yeah. But it was still there niggling at the back of my mind. 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in football. And with a manager who's going to go for low block, the manager's going to go for low block. You know, eventually Man United are going to create some chances. And that's exactly what happened. You know, 2-0 at halftime, I think we could have held out. But at 2-1, you know, we're going to make mistakes. You know, we're going to make mistakes. And in terms of the substitutions, they were horrific. Again, horrific. In terms of the timing, at halftime, Danilo and Jono should have been taken off. We said it on the live stream. This isn't, you know, Captain Hindsight or anything like that. We said it on the stream, halftime, Danilo and Jono need to go off. And it just doesn't happen. He won't take off some of his favoured players. And that's the frustration thing about it. But yeah, Cullis, if you think everyone played well today, what are you on about? Danilo had a stinker. Jono had a stinker. What are you talking about? So yeah, Sai saying here, I'm always advocating for Bolly. He's an absolute solid centre back. Yeah, Bolly was good. Bolly was good. No problems, boy. I even shouted you out about it, Sai, on there. Brett saying, sorry, but they've both been bad in all games so far this season. Phil saying Turner was okay under pressure. Baptism of fire. Brandon's gutted. What we got here? Turbo's saying wrong lineup, wrong tactics, poor defending. And can I just say, like, there will be a lot of people, and they're right to say, yeah, it was only 3-2. Last year we held 10 against them to 0. We scored 2 goals. All this stuff, yeah? Manchester United are shocking. Terrible. There's a reason they got lucky against Wolves. There's a reason Spurs gave them a slapping, yeah? And there's a reason they should have lost that game. I still stand firm. If we'd gone a 4-3-3 today, we could have beaten them. We could have beat them. Sai says, Wolverine, you need to lift the mood and find the positives today, as need closure on this game. Yeah, I kind of just want to move on from this game. It's done. We got Chelsea next, guys. Well, we got Burnley in the cup. And Cooper, for whatever reason, is always very attacking in the cups. I wish he would play like that in the Premier League. Samir saying too much inviting pressure. You know they're going to create chances, yet we still sit on our own box and wait for them. Yeah, and the other frustration I had is when we were 2-0 up and we put 11 behind the ball, I don't agree with that. If you're going to go low block, you have to leave at least a Wanyi or Jono up top. Because Martinez and Varane, at certain points in that first half, were playing 3/4 of the way up the pitch. It's just silly. Yeah, that's a good point, Tyler. You can vote for the players. The link's pinned in the chat, or do ! Rate. Get your ratings in. We're about to jump into it now. So click on that link, vote from 0 to 10 for each player. And also, we've got 350 of you already in here, but only 40 likes. Please take a quick second to hit that like button. Sci-Fi, I don't care what the BBC pundits said. I'm telling you what I saw. There was fucking contact. Honestly, man, if you're trying to find no contact in that penalty, good for you. Yeah, but get some fucking glasses on, or at least watch it. Anyway, let's get into the player ratings. And saying Wolverine Cooper can't play any other way. Where's Stephen Reed to assist? He's nowhere near him. They were together in the championship. Ross saying smells of last season. Ryan saying can't wait for the new signings to bed in. Will only be up from here. But again, it's like what I said. And Owen saying we could have had a third goal today and should have. There is progress. We are more of a threat now, but defensively we're still not strong enough. Okay. All right, let's get into the player ratings. So let's press the buttons, get Turner up here. I don't think he had a bad game. I do feel, and you may think it's a little bit harsh, that he should have... Sorry, let me take a sip of my drink. He should have really parried the first one behind for a corner. But what happened in front of him after that was not acceptable from Aurier and Worrell. Made a good save from, was it that fidget spinner when he cut in? Look, he's been all right ever since he's come here. I haven't really had too many problems with him. I'm probably going to give him like a 6 out of 10. Just a solid performance. But he still conceded 3. It's a 6 for me for Turner. You guys have gone a 6.8, nearly a 7 on that one. Okay, fair enough. But you can't, look, at the end of the day, with the goalkeepers playing in our team, they're just going to end up having to concede too many chances, and eventually it cracks, and eventually the team against us will score. It's inevitable. That's my issue with this. It becomes inevitable. And at some stages, we've got to grow some balls. The other thing I will say is that when we went down to 10 men, it felt like we were playing better. It really did. You know what I'm saying? It's like we started to come out, and this is becoming a pattern now. Oh, we start losing. Oh crap, let's go and try and play football. And when we do, we look half decent. And that's the worrying thing there. No need for foul language, says Darren. Oh, what have I said now? What have I said now? Okay, let's move on. Aurier. I thought he was better against Sheffield United, but I didn't think he was too bad today. I do think he seems to have some kind of stamina issue. For me, he was gassing a little towards the second half, so I think he was a little bit knackered for me. Will Gonzalo come in and be the replacement? Probably. Chris, thank you so much for being a member, bud. Appreciate it. Will Gonzalo be the right back? He has to be. He's not going to come in here and, come play second fiddle. So I expect that change to happen fairly soon. But Aurier, look, he made the mistake. Look, I nearly forgot. Partial responsibility for me on the first goal. So I'd mark him down for that. Average performance is 6. I'll probably say like a 5. He wasn't atrocious, but a couple of decent sized mistakes in there, so I'm going to give him a 5. I think he shouldn't have got done so easily for the first goal. What are you guys saying for him? I'm just so deflated. 5.9. So you guys are about a 6. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to give him a 5. But I don't know if you guys agree with me. He did look a little gassed in that second half. But it is what it is. Okay, let's move on. Just ejected, guys. I don't want to do the predictor stream this week. Fuck twist, man. Seriously. All right, this is where it's going to get interesting. Well, actually, Bolly was on the right-hand side. So let's go to Bolly before we talk about Worrell. For me, he's been our standout defender so far this season. I think he had a solid performance. Great header for the goal. I like him. I think Sai's always been right about him. I've just been impressed. No real mistakes. I would give him an 8 out of 10. Yeah. But we did concede 3 goals. We can't just happy clap these scores. So I will give him a 7. Like, collectively, he's still part of a team that conceded 3 goals. So I'll give him a 7, but I was impressed with his performance. Yeah, you could say the goal pushes him up to an 8, but his job is to be there to defend, and that's really what I'm judging him on. When a defender scores a goal, I think it's a bonus, so I like to judge him on there. What did you guys go? You guys went 7.5. So let's get those scores up. So 7 for me, 7.5 for you guys. We were so close. We were so close. So close, yet so far. I I probably would have preferred just to lose 3-0. I know it sounds weird, but it just wouldn't have cut as deep, you know? That team menu was so shit, man. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to Worrell. I'm not gonna go in on him. I think the mistake was sheer stupidity. Well, I guess there you go. I am going in on him. It's not acceptable as a captain to panic like that. Once you've been done by that ball over the top, you don't try and pull the player down there. You don't. The Pedro, good. Fuck off. No one's forcing you to be here. Fuck off. It's easy. Press the X button and go kiss someone's ass. Do what you want. Anyway. Yeah, sci-fi. That's football, mate. That's football. Of course there's going to be bragging rights of mates. Is there something wrong with that? Is there something wrong with that? Honestly, seriously. Keep saying, yeah, we exploited the crapness for everyone else and they threw it away, sadly. 4.5 says DNA for Worrell. Chaka giving him a 4. Yeah, so what was I saying before that twat not you, Cypher, the other twat interrupted me. Look, you can't make that mistake. He will be judged on that mistake. And I will also chuck in there the first goal. Again, panic. He has this panic element to him. He either needed to go across early to protect Aurier on the wing for the first goal, or he had to hold station and cover off Eriksson. He ended up just in between the two for me, and it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. And that for me was just that's just Worrell. You're going to get these little patches where he plays well, where he's got a Felipe next to him or a Niakate, but when you're asking him to lead the line, it's not him. It's not him. Yes, he's passionate about Forest. Yes, he loves Forest. We all do. That's not what we're discussing here. We're discussing the actual performance. And for me, I'm sorry, like that mistake plus the red card, he's a 3 for me. He's a 3. Let's see what you guys said. 2.7. Bloody hell, you guys went lower than I did. Okay, I understand that, but it's not like he knows he's messed up. Yeah, he knows he's messed up. So really twisting the knife in isn't going to help anyone. In a way, that red card means he can't play for a couple of games. In a way, as harsh as it sounds, probably a blessing. Probably a blessing. We can get Niakate back in. We got the Brazilian, that deal is done as well. So, fine, whatever. I hate football, man. I hate football. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on and go to McKenna. McKenna. Honestly, not too much to say about him today. Yeah, he went off injured, didn't he? Wolverine, you're seeming nicer on Worrell this season than last. I'll tell you why, Chaka, because I know what the player is now. You know what I mean? You know you're going to get a mistake and you know you're going to get passion from him. That's the point I'm making. I know what he is. So when he goes on the pitch, I know what I'm expecting. That's the point here. Like last season, you were thinking, okay, can he kick on from the championship? This season, I know what's going to happen with him. It's going to be the same story the whole season. He'll have a little purple patch when he comes back in of 2 or 3 games, probably when Felipe's back, next to Niakate, and that's what's going to happen. And, and then he'll go and make a mistake. He'll go and make a mistake. That's the thing. That's the thing. And I just don't have the energy to repeat myself on what I've said about him anyway. Look, in terms of McKenna, I thought he was better than at Sheffield United. I know I'm not setting the bar high there. I'll probably give him and he went off injured, so he didn't get as long. I'll just give him a 4.5 for me. I hate football still. Where's the freaking centre back? There it is. 4.5 for me for McKenna. What did you guys go with him? I'm sorry I'm a little down. It's not because of the score. It's not because of the result. It's because I know fucking my WhatsApp's going off and I know exactly who's messaging me and I don't want to read them. You guys went a 4 for McKenna. So let's put that in as well. Keep those votes coming in, ! rate, or just click on the link in the top of the chat. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new here. Appreciate you guys being with me for this. This is painful. I'm not gonna lie, it is painful, but we got to do it. We got to do it. It's part of our contractual obligation towards you guys. Okay, so that was Warrell. Einar, look, overall for me, Einar, I'm quite positive about. I thought, again, not bad today. Did decent work down that left-hand side. I love his pace. I'm quite happy with him being in there, unless, of course, we get Acuna, which I don't think we're going to do. But yeah, I think Einar, okay. Wasn't like over... It didn't stand out too much to me, but didn't make any mistakes, and I thought he was quite good. I thought he treated that fidget spinner really well. I think for me, Einar, I'm probably going to give a 7 to be honest. I think 7's quite fair for him. Is that bit? Yeah, 7. I'll go 7, 6.5, 7, something like that. I'll go with a 7 on Einar. What did you guys do? You went 6.4. I'd probably say that's probably better than my score. I think 7's probably slightly too high. I think a 6.5 is probably the right score, but I'm not going to complain too much about what you guys have gone there. Let me just get it up for the latecomers. Please don't forget to hit the like button while we're doing this, and make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV. Oh, we're only 6 away from 13,900. Thanks to all of you who are supporting us. Okay. Let's move on to the midfield. Ryan Yates. Genuinely, I didn't notice too much for him, apart from when he got stuck in a bit against Rashford and kind of put a little bit on him. He gave him a nice little slap in the face. I didn't think he had a bad performance. I didn't think he had one of his outstanding performances. I kind of hoped he was going to rattle a few more of the Man U players. But, you know, overall, just what, like a 5-6 for me. What's the average? He started, didn't he? So I'll give him a 6. Just an average performance. I can see Crypto saying that he's the new Freuler. It does seem to be whoever plays in our midfield currently is semi-ghost-like. You guys have gone for a 6 as well. That's exactly a 6. That's weird. I don't know why it always freaks me out when the average is exactly a 6 from you guys. So I guess it means a lot of you did actually put a 6 in there. So let's get that up on the scoreboards as well. 6. Now, the one we do need to spend some time talking about, and I am getting worried about him, is Danilo. I'm still not like thinking he should be dropped. Maybe so, I don't know. Would you guys drop him? He's been poor all season. He's been poor all season so far. Is he carrying some kind of niggle? I don't know. But today, honestly, he was terrible. It was terrible. I still think he was worse at Sheffield in the previous 2 matches. But maybe he does. Maybe, remember, he's still young. But a lot of you saying drop him. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go that far. He just didn't do anything of any good today. Well, you're all saying drop. Tim, thank you for subscribing. Look, maybe some of you are saying he needs a 3 in midfield to work. Maybe I'd agree with that. Maybe I'd agree with that. Gopniks, thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I judging him on today, he was poor. He was poor for me. And this is what annoyed me about Cooper's tactics. He should have been him and Jono should have been subbed off at half time. So anyway, I'll give him a 4. Man, we were 2-0 up, man. We were 2-0 up. I give him a 4 out of 10 for me for Danilo. You guys have gone. My God, are you lot all in conspiring with each other? How have you got another 0.0 on there? That's crazy. You guys have gone 4 as well. Weird. Okay, 4 from me, and from you guys, you went a 4 for Danilo. I don't want to beat him down because I still think, I still think he's a decent player. Yeah, but there's something just not quite right about about the way you look tonight. But is there something not quite right about his game? I know some of you are saying Scarpa in the chat. I'm not buying that, and you guys know I love Scarpa, but I don't think it's anything to do with the Scarpa scenario. I just don't think we're playing to his strengths. Hey, okay, let me tell you this, right? The reason Danilo is playing worse is because he's playing deeper. He needs to be released a little and get up the pitch. I think he's playing too deep for me. I think he's playing too deep. That's the thing for me. So that's what I'll say on Danilo. I just haven't got the energy to go in on anyone today. I really don't. Okay, let's move on to Jono. He's just knocking off millions off his price tag. Millions off his price tag with each game that's gone by. We'd have been better off not playing him at all so far. You know, and I love him. I love him. He's a moments player. He's a moments player, isn't he? Like, if he gets the ball in a good position, he can create a chance or he can score a goal. But honestly, he's just not at it. A lot of you are saying, like, his head is turned and all this. Literally, as I said, that Stoney's put it in there. I'm not convinced that that's the case. He's really reminding me of how he started last season. Maybe he needs to take a little while to build up into, build up some momentum ahead of steam. But there was a lot he did today that was fundamentally wrong for me. A lot of times he took too long to play the ball. There was times where I was just like, go on, Jono, man, take on the left back. You're quicker than Dalot. You can take him on. And he didn't. He kind of slowed the ball down a bit. But the biggest mistake, and the other one, there's two key moments for me with Jono. He should have squared the ball when he went through. It was a nice ball from Aurier into him. He looks up. Varane's still recovering. Varane hasn't got back into position. And he could have just curved the ball across the box into Awoniyi's feet. He waited too long. And then when he crossed it, he ended up crossing it into the United defense. That for me was wrong. That's where his sharpness looks down. And then he was asleep for their second goal. That second goal is completely on him. It was good to see that the whole of the team moved out when they scored their goal, but he played them onside. You've got to move out in a unit. And that should be trained. That should be trained on the training pitch. Week in, week out, push out together as a unit, close the players down, don't let them create chances. And that didn't happen. By the way, guys, there's 400-ish of you in here and only 84 likes. Please remember to hit that like button. So yeah, that was MG Dub, the delayed cross. It wasn't, it was Jono. It was Jono. Owen's saying, I'll say it again. He's had no preseason. He's not fully fit. See the best of Jono a few weeks at least. Okay, but I could then say to you that Awoniyi didn't have a full preseason. In fact, Awoniyi got injured midway through the preseason and he started like a house on fire. So again, you know, it's like there's two sides to all the arguments. What am I giving Jono? I'm giving him a 3. I'm giving him a 3. I'm not convinced his head has turned, as a lot of people are saying. I just don't think he's in form right now. I'm giving him a 3. And you guys have gone 4.4. I think that's a little high, but okay, cool. Each to their own. So let's just get these scores. This feels like the most depressing player ratings I've ever done, man. I'm sorry, guys. I thought we were going to... I stupidly at one stage thought we were going to win. That's probably why it hurts so much. Gaza Red saying too generous chat. Bloody hell, you're harsh today, says Emma. I don't know. It's just what I love. We've all got our opinions. Awoniyi's defense has improved. Training gets you fit, not playing games. I actually agree with that. West Ham just scored. Great. I had a feeling they were going to score. Ward-Prowse, apparently. Okay. All right, guys, let's get through this. So, who's next? Okay, let's talk about the positives, which is Awoniyi. And he's just going from strength to strength. Now, I will say he wasn't like totally in the game. But when he gets into the game, he's just so important to us. I'm so proud of him going 7 from 7. He's now overtaken Collymore, hasn't he? And he's hunting down Vardy's record. And you got to say, a player who's scoring that many goals in such a low block team is impressive, is really impressive. But the best thing for me about his goal was the way he left Rashford for dust, man. Trashford's meant to be this fast, all, you know, singing, dancing, and he had nothing on Awoniyi. You don't understand how many traits this guy has that makes him the potential to become a complete number 9. He's a long way from that, right? He's got strength, he's got pace and power, and he's got a knack for being in the right place at the right time. He just needs to polish off those sides, you know what I'm saying? Just get that going, and he's going to get better and better. Now, if we can become progressive and become a more attacking team and create him more chances, he's just going to get even better and better. And the fact that he's got 7 in a row should make it easier to become a more progressive team, because defenses of our oppositions should always be worried about what he's going to do. And I'm just pride with him is the word that comes to mind. The way he applies himself. I love how grounded he is. This 7 in a row will not go to his head. You know, he's so grounded. He's a very religious man and what have you. And I just find him an impressive player on the pitch and also an impressive person. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was good. So 8 out of 10 for me, for Awoniyi. You guys have gone a bit higher, 8.3. Yeah, you know what? If you guys had gone 8.5 as well, I wouldn't even be taking the mick out of you. Because he was thereabouts, wasn't he? I wouldn't say he was a 9. And I wouldn't say he's lower than an 8. So you guys have gone 8.3. I think that's quite on the money. So let's get that on. Okay. Last one from the starting 11 was MG Dub, and he had good moments today. I think he was definitely better than he was against Sheffield United for me. He was passing the ball more. He was a bit more involved. I don't think it was a bad performance. I don't think it was a great performance. I think it was like an average performance. I think it's a 6, you know, that kind of score. Has he got more in the tank? Yes. Is he being over relied on from Cooper? 100%. There's no competition for his position. But for me, it was better to see the passes going through. He's the one who put the cross in for Bolly's goal. You could probably give him an assist for the first one as well. Even though it was in our own half, he did flick the header on to Awoniyi. So technically speaking, he's got 2 assists today. But I would still give him, I think I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for that performance. So I'm going to 6. Let's see what you guys went. You guys have gone 5.6. I think you guys have been okay on your ratings today, chat. Usually you're a little off the mark, but I think today you've been all right. Keep those votes coming in. There's still a few more players that we've got to get through. The link is pinned in the chat. No, sorry, you guys went at 5.6. What did I say again? Someone remind me. I gave him a 6, didn't I? Yeah. I've messed up now. Let me just do your one. 5.6. Okay. And I went a 6. Did I go 5 or a 6? Let's go 6, whatever. 6 for me. Okay. Oh, that's going to give me OCD. Let me put the 0.0. So let's move on to the substitutions. Again, they were too late. The changes should have been made at half time. I did go a 6. All right, cool. So the first substitution was Niakate, and it's good to see him back on the pitch. There's something about him that I just feel reassurance with when he's on the pitch. He's calm, he's collected, he's a unit. I like him. I'm happy with him. And I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 for me. Was he the first sub, guys? He was, wasn't he? 57th minute. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Slightly higher than the sub rule. So a 6 for me. And then the next player on was Czech Quixote. Neocat, let's get in some of your comments first. Musa's a 6 aside. Neocat is a great player. When did he let us down? Against Newcastle. But apart from that, he's made no other mistakes. A lot of you saying Musa can't be faulted. You can't sub 2 players at halftime. What about injuries and players getting tired later in the game? Yes, you can. There's no rule that says you can't, mate. So, cool. If you think that, that's up to you. So you're saying if a player's playing absolutely terrible, you can't sub them off at halftime. That's not physically possible. Well, okay, if you say so. Kiate, for me, just an average sub performance. I'm just going to go with a 5 out of 10 sub rule on him. Nothing too crazy there. And you guys went a 5.34. Okay. Next one is Alanga. Alanga, he needs to start. I'm going to say this now. That's enough, Cooper. No more benching him. He needs to start. He presses. He's fast. He was decent when he came on. I think when Worrell went off and Alanga was on, we actually looked better. It's weird. We looked better. And I just think he has to, chat, would you start him next match? He has to surely start. He has to. I was impressed with him. And it's the fact that he presses. It doesn't need that much to impress. And I think he was impressive. Absolutely. Yes, surely. Yeah. We're all in agreement on that one. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he was really good. Sub rule, of course, with him. He was kind of a 7 performance for what he did, but it's a 6 out of 10 for me. You guys have gone a 6.2 on Alanga as well. And then before we get into Cooper, the last player was it was Wood, wasn't it? It was Christopher Wood. Alanga needs to be started. Love him, not given the chance to excel. And 8, says Phil. Phil's forgetting the rules on the old goals. Graham saying no excuse for losing a 2-goal lead. United were pretty poor. Yeah, United were shocking. United was shocking. If they think they're going to get top 4, then I don't know what's going on there. Seriously. On Chris Woods, didn't bring the miracle goal, but I'll just give him a solid subs score. 5 for me from him on that one. So I'll go 5 out of 10. And you guys have gone 5.5. Okay, let's talk about the manager now. And there was plenty that was good to see, and there was plenty that was bad to see. It kind of seems to be the theme at the moment for it. So let's start with the positives. He got the team to come out quickly against the traps. Let's remember that's 2 games in a row now where we've scored quick early goals, and that was good. The problem I've got with the performance was at 2-0 up, I don't actually think he really had like a backup plan for that scenario, if that makes sense. I never dreamed would be 2-0 up. I don't think many of you dreamed would be 2-0 up after 4 minutes. And, you know, it's like, so why would he have imagined that? But you would like to think that maybe they would cover all scenarios. So, look, after we went 2-0 up, I didn't mind what he did because we kind of just stuck to plan A, as in Cooper's plan A, not mine, of low blocking. But we were low blocking from a position of strength at 2-0. But going in at 2-1, I want to know what is being said in that halftime team talk that promotes this bloody early second half goal to be conceded. Happened last week, happened this week, happened hundreds of times last season. There needs to be something done. And you can't blame Cooper on, well, you can, depending on what he says, but you have to put the players accountable for it as well. This mentality of conceding in those first 10 minutes after halftime is a goddamn joke. You can see it coming. We talked about it at halftime. Stop what's going on. Stop what's going on. Stop the attack, sorry. Make sure you're disciplined for 10 minutes. Make them panic. Don't give them a reason to get more motivated. And for me, halftime, he should have taken Jono off. He should have taken Danilo off. That for me was blatant to see. They were both having poor games, and it was easy to see. So that's one thing. In terms of substitutions, man, I mean, he didn't change anything to affect the game early because he waited for the McKenna injury before he made his first sub. That was at 57 minutes. And then there wasn't a change again until the 70th minute. Is that when, what time did what's his face get sent off? In the 67th minute. Yeah. So Quixote comes in for that change because of Worrell being sent off. So in between that period from the 57th minute to the 70th minute where he got sent off, nothing was done to change or impact the game. And in terms of when they scored, when was it? 50 something? Let's just get the times on that one. It was 52 minutes in. So again, 6 minutes in. It's crazy. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to judge him, guys. I don't know. I'm not going to give him a score because I'm confused. Sorry, 1 second. All right, I will give him a score. I don't know what to score him because at 2-0 up, he's not a 10 out of 10 for me. He's like 100 out of 10. You got to game. You can't throw 2-0 away. I don't know. I'm gonna go Forest Ant style here. I'm gonna sit on the fence. I'm gonna go 5. We still lost the game against a poor opponent, 2-0 up. I'm going 5. What have you guys gone? 4.2. Okay. Man of the match, guys. Yeah, Miski, we did throw away a 2-0 lead, but people will say, oh, it was at Old Trafford, it was this, that, the other. I don't know. I'm not in the right mind frame to do this one today. It's just too painful. But okay, what are we doing for man of the match? I don't think it's a contest for me. I think it's Bolly. It's between Bolly and Awoniyi. Would you guys? I mean, who's your highest rating players here? You got 7.5 Bolly, 8.3 Awoniyi. All right, let's put those two to a vote for you guys. We'll just pick you two. The rest of them, honestly, I don't think anyone else should really have a say. This is the first time where we're just going to do 2 players, Bolly or Awoniyi. Get your votes in. Personally, well, I won't say it. I don't want to influence it, but I know which one of the two I would go with. Well, you guys in the chat, it's a bit mixed actually. Looking through the chat comments here, you can't rely on a defender winning man of the match after you can't really have a defender winning man of the match after conceding 3. You can if the defender was the best player on the pitch. Okay, we'll give you 10 more seconds to get your votes in. It's quite close. Bolly 56% currently, Awoniyi 44%. I'll give you guys like 10 more seconds on that. Look, I will always say this: whenever Forest play Man U, you've got to understand that a lot of the stuff I'm saying here will be with emotion, because obviously I got so many close mates that are United fans. This is bragging rights. This is football. It's kind of why we love the game and why we sometimes hate it as well. Yeah. So you know, just like take it like that from me. I'm sure the haters will still want to fucking pull certain things. Well, I said, knock yourselves out. Please make sure you splash all that hate stuff over social media. I can't thank you enough for how much you've helped us grow. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so the votes are in, and your man of the match today is none other than William. I can find him. Bolly. Congratulations to Bolly. He gets your vote for man of the match. Right, guys. I think we're going to do the Gore stream tonight. I need to check with the boys. I think it's going to be 8:30. I need to check where their heads are at with everything. If not, it'll be tomorrow. But there is talks that we are going to do it tonight. So make sure you got your notifications on. So just in case. If it is tonight, it'll probably be like 8:30. But yeah. Thank you for chilling. I know I'm a bit downbeat. It's nothing to do with the performance. Well, it's to do with the result. You know what I'm saying? It's just the personal side of it. So that's all it is for me. So make sure I hope you understand that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. Probably 8:30 for the stream tonight. Choco, you go get some rest, bro. And, you know, I love you guys. It's so much fun doing this. Win, lose, or draw. I do appreciate it. We'll catch you later. Come on, you Reds.